Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be answering the question, how else can you group compound adjectives aside from using hyphens? As you've probably already worked out, you don't just need hyphens to link compound adjectives together. In fact, you've got 3 additional options that you could use instead. The first is speech marks, to draw attention to the compound adjective. Ruby gave Wasil her don't you dare look. And in this instance, don't you dare being in speech marks is drawing attention to the fact that that's the kind of look she gave him. It's describing the look. But I could have used hyphens in between each of those words or between the phrase as a whole to make it clear. The next way we can group together compound adjectives is by using something called the title case. And that's simply using capital letters for the first letter of words that are grouped adjectives. For example, this links back to the House of Lords ruling of 2010. House of Lords is a compound adjective here because we're considering the ruling that was made by the House of Lords. So it's adding more detail to whose ruling it was. It's describing it, in fact. And finally, italics is another good way of drawing attention to the compound adjective of the sentence, as opposed to using a hyphen. For example, Tamor bought a pair of Champions League playoff tickets for the final. As you can see, italics draw attention to us because we're visual people. And Champions League playoff in italics makes it seem special, which it is. And it's a compound adjective that we see straight away. It's not a usual ticket for a final, it's a Champions League playoff ticket. Now it's your turn. I want you to identify the compound adjectives in each sentence. Hit pause if you need thinking time. So, how did you get on? As you should expect, these are quite simple to spot. We will rock you tickets are the compound adjective, and we know from the italics in the sentence that says Adam ordered a pair of we will rock you tickets. And that's clear because it's drawn attention to by the very nature of italics being a bit tilted forward. Next up, Chanel will be carrying a Louis Vuitton bag this term. Very fancy. Louis Vuitton is a compound adjective here. It's describing the specific type of bag that she has, and we've got the speech marks to draw attention to it. And finally, European health insurance regulations have changed since last year. And here we've used the title case to discuss the regulations. We're describing them as the European health insurance regulations. Each example shows you the power of not using a hyphen with a compound adjective. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar for all things English, literary and grammatical?